So we have a good example here of a common question we get about creating civil cells, and that is that we've created elements here that are ruled to the centerline references, and we can see that rule by moving, by moving them and seeing that they're good. And yet, when we go to create a civil cell, those items do not highlight as um, being available for the civil cell. So we choose our two references, and those are not highlighted. And the reason for that is they are not fully constrained. Although they are ruled to the reference elements, the endpoints are most likely not fully constrained somehow. And so let's look at how to troubleshoot that. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a look at this edge of pavement up here. And this edge of pavement 4 is an interval. The base element here we'll find out by going to the Civil Model tab in the Explorer. We're going to go to that road edge of pavement 4. And actually, we're just going to pull up element information and look at it. And I want to see this this baseline element that is obviously copied off of the center line here. I want to see how it was copied. And if I expand transition offset rule, I see a couple of clues real quick. I don't see any kind of snap symbol here, and a snapping to the element would fully constrain it. And when I look at the transition offset rule, the start distance and end distance here are stations. And so stations are not enough to fully constrain an element, primarily because when we go to place this civil cell on our project, we're going to have some project specific stationing, and that's never going to match up. So stationing or doing a data point for the begin and end of this line when we created it offset off of the center line, a data point or a station entry is not enough to fully constrain it. And so the question then becomes, well, how do I fully constrain it and offset to the link there? And so let me show you a couple of different ways to do that. First, we can come into run that single offset partial, and I'm going to locate the element here, and let's just give it an offset of -30. That'll get it up here. And for the start parameter, I'm going to snap to the intersection of these two reference elements. So by snapping to the intersection of the reference elements, that does fully constrain my elements in a civil cell, because when I place my civil cell, I'm going to be asked for those two reference elements. So I'm going to come in here and then when I do my end distance, instead of typing in instead of just data pointing over here, a data point, again, a data point stores a station or XY. That's not fully constraining it to those reference elements. I'm going to enter in a length, and the length is going to be measured from the begin point, which was snapped. So if I do a snap and a length of 130 there, then I am fully constraining my line there, and I'll go ahead and say yes to offset that. And um, so there, I've done the same thing basically as we did originally there. I've offset this center line to get an edge of pavement up here. And so now when I go to civil cells and try to place a civil cell, choosing my two reference elements, I can see that the two lines that I created are going to be available because they are fully constrained to the location of those two reference elements.